Okay. We're gonna be working on more some tunes. Let's get some tunes. Yeah, I want some hyper music. Oh, too loud. Get some tunes going. Also, been messing around with my stream settings, so hoping maybe this solves issues. This is also like a semi-test for my stream settings again. Just see what's going on there. See if I don't drop any frames this time or whatever. But we'll see. Let's get cracking here. 6, 7. Pollen Puff. This is what I'm gonna do with Pollen Puff. We're gonna change it so where it's like almost like a healing slash damaging like AoE thing that just floats. Adjacent unoccupied space. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna be like a puff of pollen that hangs there and it heals allies and damages enemies. And any allies adjacent to the pollen. Adjacent to the puff. For the first time during their once per round. The user, blah, blah, blah. Or maybe I should, let's do this. The user and any allies adjacent to the puff or moving adjacent to it the first time. Mike, hello. Let's do this. Switch to my headset mic. Yeah, I don't know what just happened. I think something on my... I don't know. OBS is being weird with my arm mic for some reason. I have no idea why. That's strange. It wasn't even like showing me any like audio at all. It was just acting as if the microphone was muted entirely, but... So I didn't even know it was playing some sort of sound. That's fucking nuts. Is everything good now that I switched over the mic? Yeah, dude, OBS is awesome. I effing love OBS. So cool. Such a good program. Is it chilling now? Let me turn this up. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm just working on going through all the moves in my Pokemon tabletop system. They all were a first draft, and now I'm going through and just editing them and everything and making them align with where the game is developed so far. Sweet, glad to hear it's all good. But yeah, we're working through this still. Right now we're doing Pollen Puff, which I want to be like a thing that you place down and it heals allies and also damages enemies. I think that would be good. Yeah, it should cost that many points to learn. Use your any allies adjacent to the puff or moving adjacent to it for the first time during their turn. Updating effect text, yeah. Basically, every Pokemon move is like a spell. Like, 'cause that's how combat works in this game, where it's like, there's not really standard attacks that the Pokemon do. Like in D&D, it's not just like swing your mace. They actually have to use their attacks, and every attack is like a spell kind of thing. Some of them are simple, some of them are more complex. But yeah, that's where we're going. I'm trying to do a pass so where I'm trying to make it so that every attack is like pretty differentiated from each other, you know, where it's like there's a reason to use Ember over Flamethrower. There's a reason to use Incinerate over Flamethrower, you know. So that's what we're trying to do. Right now, this is going to be a Puff. First time of return will be healed for... Usually, some healing things do like 2d6. The stronger healing things do 3d4 since the minimum healing is higher, but for this, we'll give this a 2d... How much does Pollen Puff heal in the games? Is it half or is it a quarter? I don't do things analogous to the game. Analogous? Analogous to the games, but I sort of use this as like a baseline of how like Flamethrower and Thunderbolt and stuff should like be in relation to each other. How much does it restore? Yeah, it does half here, which, yeah. So, and Roost, I believe I did Roost and Slack Off as 2d6, so this will be 2d6 as well. Will be healed for 2d6 HP. Any enemies adjacent to the puff or moving adjacent to it for the first time during their turn will be healed. This is like a multi-heal though. So actually, because Roost and Slack Off are like like a self heal, so that's 2d6. But this is like you're healing multiple targets at potentially. So I think maybe, and potentially even multiple times, we should actually probably cut this down. Is Pollen Puff 90 BP? Oh my god. That's crazy. I'm gonna cut this down to 1d12, which is the same maximum, but the minimum is 1 now, instead of a minimum being 2. I think that's a little nicer. So it does have a, and then the damage will be 1d12 as well. Will be damage. $1d12 damage. Now the big question is, I think we should do it. I don't like to give saving throws to bonus actions because I think that bogs down gameplay. So I was gonna say maybe they should take damage if they fail a Constitution saving throw. Well, you know what? This should be an action now, I think, because before it was a bonus action because it was like a thing you place down and it travels. But I think this is definitely worthy of being an action at this point, which makes that fine. We'll take 1d12 damage on a failed Constitution saving throw. On a successful saving throw, target enemy. Let's do enemies. Enemies take no damage. And it's not gonna be like a half damage thing. It's just a thing that heals, and like the damaging is sort of just like an extra benefit that you get. Okay. Yeah, right now my goal is kind of just having all the attacks done, which we're getting there. We're on like 500 out of like 800. I've done all these so far. But my goal is doing the attacks, finishing the Pokemon themselves, the Gen 1 Pokemon. And I'm doing the Gen 1 Pokemon and all the Pokemon related to them first, and then I'm going to package that with the moves and this whole resource document that has character sheets. It's got the skills, passives, shop, berries, index that has everything you need to know, Pokemon habitats. It's got all that. It's going to be this doc, the actual PDF that has all the Gen 1 Pokemon and all their stat blocks and stuff. And then I also am working on a PDF, like the rule document and stuff, that has like all the classes in it and everything. Which, I gotta say, by the way, I've been cooking here. Let me pull this up real quick. I want to show this off because I think it's really, I can just open the images. Because I've been working on it, and it's been very, very cool. Where is... PTV files, handbook files. Let's see. Well, number one, here's the cover that I cooked up. Let me pull this up. Oh, hold on. The window capture. Let me do this. That's the cover that I cooked up, which it's very simple, but I liked it. I used like the Pokemon Gold version, like title screen and stuff, and as well as Pokemon like Gen 1 like text boxes. Yeah, tabletop first. And you know what? Like, okay, I've been making this for like 2 years, and like I the whole time I was like, man, what do I call this? Because there's already Pokemon Tabletop United, there's Pokemon Tabletop Adventures. I was like, what do I call this? And I was calling it like Pokemon Tabletop Reimagined for a while, but I didn't like that title, and I just couldn't think of any title. And then I was like, wait a minute, why don't I just do Pokemon Tabletop Version? Like, that just makes the most sense. Like, that just makes the most sense. And also just fits the Pokemon. No one else has taken that yet, so... Thanks, guys. Yeah, I've really liked this. And then, again, it's not the most professionally done, like, thing. Basically, I'm making all these in, like, Clip Studio, and then I'm going to export the images into a PDF, like, compiler. And so it can be, like, text-based searched. You can, like, search for text and whatever with, like, Control F. But, it's not the most... It's not the most professional thing ever. Let me get the... new window open, and this is like some of the sheets. Not the most professional thing ever, but listen, I just need something that has the information in it. It's just gonna have the information, a couple little pictures, I just been working on stuff like this, just so I can have a PDF for people to see instead of just getting linked to like a Google Drive doc that just has a bunch of like a Word document. Like, fuck that. I need something a little more presentable, and I'm gonna change like the colors of these borders for every section. I have all the classes done like this. I just need to do all the rest of the stuff, but in order to do all the rest of the stuff, I need the moves done. The moves are like... this is what's been taking the longest. I love the nostalgia simplicity from Gen 2. It takes me back to GameStop. Yeah, I know. That's what I was kind of going for. I wanted to make it more like a Gen 2. I really wanted to use like only Gen 2 art for like the book, but there's just not enough Gen 2 art that's relevant to the stuff I'm talking about, so, but I really like the watercolor style. Thanks, yeah, I mean, yeah, for one person, like, it's the best I can do right now, man. But the moves are just at such a crux of everything, because I can't really finalize all the Pokemon until I finalize all the moves, because I need to know where I should put certain moves in, like, their movesets, like, earlier or later in their movesets. And whatever. The moves really define like a Pokemon's playstyle and whatever, and like what they have access to. And yeah, it's just so much of this. All right, this one's gonna be hard though. Poltergeist was like a big ass thing before. I'm trying to simplify things a little bit while still keeping like some basic complexity. What did I do before? The user attempts to possess a target or object adjacent to it for the remainder of its turn. An unwilling target must succeed an insight saving throw to avoid possession. Once possessed, the user can either deal 2d20 damage. I gotta see. Poltergeist is what base power? Is it 110 or is it 120? 110. Okay. This will probably be a little less stronger than Fire Blast. Okay. So this will probably be like 4d8 instead. 2d20 damage to the target, or use the target's movement and one of their attacks. See, I was trying to do like you do a possession thing, but oh, that's weird. That's really weird. They use one of their attacks before they must exit their body onto an adjacent space. Okay, but I see how I was trying to simplify it before though, where you go in, use one of their attacks, and then you go back out. That's not too crazy. If the target takes any damage or fails any saving throw during this period, the user must exit their body. Objects entered will grant the user will grant the user to use the remainder of this. Whoa, I don't know. That's a weird sentence. Remainder of the movement with the object. I gotta rewrite this sentence. And to manipulate the object to use one of its functions. That's fine. The user immediately accesses the object in adjacent space if the object takes damage or is destroyed. Honestly, this really isn't too bad. I just need to like edit this. This is like a little wordy and weird. Possession ends in all cases at the end of the user's turn. Well, don't they just go in? Oh, well, if you stay in the object, I guess. Okay, let's rewrite this here. So, I like to use some other, like, moves that are similar in power, like, as a comparison of what I should be aiming for. So, like, Fire Blast is 5d6. And Fire Blast... Is Fire Blast 120 or 110 power? I believe it's 120, right? No, it's 110. Okay, so we'll do 5d6 for Poltergeist as well. Poltergeist, just I have to give it that... Like, because some moves I've converted from, like, damaging moves, like, purely, like, effect-based moves. But sometimes you just can't do that. Like, Ghosts don't have that many physical options. They just have, like, Shadow Claw and Shadow Sneak. So Poltergeist is kind of important to keep in the game. We'll change that to 5d6 damage. And let's just read through this and go from there. The user attempts to possess a target or object. Let's say an adjacent. Possess an adjacent target or object. The remainder of its turn thing is really weird. Let's take that out for now. Forcing them to... You know what? That's fine. The user attempts to possess an adjacent target or object. An unwilling target must succeed an insight saving throw. Let's get rid of these capitals here. To avoid possession. Once possessed, the user can either deal 5d6 damage to the target, or use the target's movement and one of their attacks. And one of the attacks in their moveset. Deal 5d6 damage to the target or use the target's movement. I'm not sure if we could use the target's movement. The user can either deal 5d6 damage to the target. Let's do this. 5d6 damage to the target. Poltergeist into running off cliff is a crazy combo. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm definitely gonna keep the movement, but I think I'm gonna have it use the user's movement instead. Like, so you poltergeist them and you can use your movement, so you don't take away their movement. Or I guess I could turn it into forcible movement, which should be fine. Either deal 5d6 damage to the target. Yeah, let's do forcibly move the target. Let's say 20 feet. I want it to be powerful, but not too crazy. 20 feet I think is plenty as a forcible movement. Forcibly move the target 20 feet. Or use one of their attacks. Or use one of the attacks in their moveset. After the possessed, after the user performs the possessed action of their choice, they must exit the target's body onto an adjacent space. You do have to consider, though, because of this, if you drop the guy off the cliff with Poltergeist, that once you exit his body, you're also going to be down there. Like, so you don't want to drop the guy in the lava and then exit his body and then whoopsie daisy. You either have to have someone like grab you as soon, because you could exit like above and then someone could swoop you up, prepared for that, but it would take a little planning. But you could definitely run them into like, I mean, this would be really good if you're a Pokemon that can like fly, right? That's where you really, if I'm like Ghastly, Poltergeist, drop him off a cliff, and then I exit upward one, and then I'm chilling. You know what I mean? If the target takes any damage or fails any saving throw during this period, the user must exit their body. Immediately. Okay, let's do that. Objects entered. Let's see. If the user enters, if the user possesses an object, let's keep the phonetics, not phonetics. What do you call it? Let's keep the terminology consistent. If the user possesses an object, the user may forcibly move that object using their own movement speed. Are the possessed still conscious while this happens? Yeah, they're still conscious, but like you just control them for that brief moment. Why? Because if they were unconscious, that would count as KO, and that's not. We don't want. That's not. We don't want that to be an instant KO. The user may forcibly move that object using their own movement speed. Can use any function of that object using their own bonus action. That sounds good. The user immediately exits the object. Let's see. If the object is damaged, I would say if the object is destroyed, the user must immediately exit it onto an adjacent unoccupied space. Yeah, this way I think now that we've cut this down, why is this all like, hold on. Go up there. Just trying to make sure everything is spaced properly and everything. Okay. Because now, like, it's a little more condensed. Can you attack yourself? Yeah, I would say probably, right? Yeah, that would, yeah, I mean, obviously, like, you can do the 5d6 damage to the target, so you can just attack them with that. But if you use one of their attacks, I would say, as long as it's an attack that could target yourself, technically, like a punch or like a scratch or like a whatever, I think it would be hard to use like a move like water gun on yourself. But I think that's like a DM thing, like decide whether or not But yeah, I mean, you can use one of their attacks. So if you want to hit yourself with the attack, then I'd say that's fair game. And then this should be worth 25 points. Also, apologize if dogs bark. I'll try to mute as soon as possible if dogs bark, but you know how it be. Fire Blast is worth 25, right? Yeah. The TM points are like... Oh, these have spaces? Oh, shit. I have not been doing spaces on them. Let's fix that. The TM points are like every time you level up, you get a TM point, and you can train during short rest to get another TM point, and you can trade those in for these moves as long as your Pokemon can learn that move. Could you potentially result in more damage in the 5d6? I mean, that's fine. I think that's fun. Like if you possess someone and they have a strong ass move that they can damage themselves with, I feel like you should be able to do that. Like, why not? Especially if they're a normal type. Like, that's the only way you'd be able to damage them with this move outside of dropping them off a cliff, you know. So I think that's fun. That's creative. I like it. Again, I'm less concerned about like really careful balance in this game in terms of like how fast something might kill, like might knock out a Pokemon or whatever, because it is Pokemon. There are usually more. So like the trainers, like you have like 3 Pokemon max on your team. So if one of your Pokemon like just gets one tapped, like you have 2 more. Like you're chilling. And if all your Pokemon go down, like you're not dead. You know, you're still there. The Pokemon aren't dead. You're there. Like it's not the end of the world. It's not like D&D where if you die, you die. It's like the Pokemon get knocked out. Like it's not as fine. Losing a battle is not as doesn't have as much finality to it. How many dogs do we have? 2. I got a little like Pom Chihuahua mix, and then we have a little like toy poodle. How's everyone doing today, by the way? You guys chilling out? It's my day off today, so I was just getting a little stuff done before dinner. I was just doing a bunch of other work. I had to do my fucking I had to do my LLC filing fees today, and ugh, $138 down the drain. It's cool. Doing okay? Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Population bomb. Okay, yeah, this is one that I'm not a huge fan of what's going on here. Population bomb is really strong, so I don't really like. I think we're gonna make this bomb section cute. I also have 2 dogs, German Shepherds. Ooh, big dogs. Big dogs. Oh, plus a bonus action. Let's figure this out a little more. I think this is what's population bombs like max power? Just 20 each hit, so 200 at max. I think I definitely want to keep it doing 1d4 damage on each hit. I mean, obviously the easy way to do this, right, is like roll a 1d10, it hits that for that much damage. But I feel like I want to do something a little more creative with this. Oh, you know what? Yeah, okay, I'm going to work this in with the advance and slip dodge system, I think. So I have a system in this game where basically when you perform a physical contact attack towards a target that's adjacent to you, you can perform an advance, which means you push them backward by 5 feet on one of the 3 spaces behind them, and then you move forward to move back adjacent to them. And if you miss, they get to move 5 feet, and you have to go where they were. So you shift around a lot during combat, and if you push someone and they can't go backward, then they'll fall prone. So you can like corner someone and knock them down to get like advantage on your hits and stuff. So I think what I'm gonna do with this is okay, here we go. I'm gonna make like roll a 1d10 and you do 1d4 for that amount of times, and you also perform an advance for every time you do that, which could potentially be devastating, right? Like you could, if you get 10 times, you could perform 10 advances, which would be insane. The user. Relentlessly attacks. The dopamine of the high roll is so sweet. Yeah, it'd be super cool just to like ba 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 and push someone all the way to a wall or like off a cliff or off a bridge or something. These relentlessly attacks an adjacent target. Relentlessly attacks an adjacent target. In conjunction with his entire family. How do I phrase this? Rolls. After the roll to hit is made, the user rolls a 1d10 and deals and hits the target. It hits the target. How do I phrase this? The user rolls a 1d10 and hits the target for as many. Wonder if someone is in the POV. You soda in front of Batman TikTok. I don't know what that is. I'm not a zoomer enough for you soda in front of Batman. I don't even have TikTok. The user rolls 1 and hits the target for as many times equal to the number rolled, dealing 1d4 damage on each hit. Does that make sense? After the roll to hit is made, the user rolls a 1d10 and hits the target for as many times equal to the number rolled, dealing 1d4 damage on each hit. Does that make sense? Am I crazy? So that means this would deal an average of 5d4. You get 5 advances. So 5d4 is what, like 20 damage? Potentially 20 damage, but probably low. Worded awkwardly? Yeah. How else would I say this though? After the roll a hit is made. I think we should say roll to hit is successful. The user then rolls a 1d10, dealing 1d4 damage multiply. How about this? Multiplied by the number. How about this here? Wait, the user. If the roll is successful, the user deals 1d4 damage multiplied by the number rolled on a 1d10. How about that? What's 20? 10 times 4 is 40. I mean, we could also just simplify this down. I could make it multiplied by the number rolled on the roll to hit, which would be a 1d20. But then I would have to make it so that you don't get as many advances. Because, dude, getting like 20 advances would be fucking nuts. That would be pretty nutty. The user deals 1d4 damage multiplied by the number rolled on the roll to hit. Just we have to roll less dice here. Okay. Additionally, the user can perform an advance. Additionally, the user can perform an advance. Can perform. How do I phrase this one? Additionally, the user performs an amount of advances equal to the number on their roll to hit divided by 2. So that way, if you roll a 20, you get 10 advances, right? And so if the number on my roll to hit is like 14, I get 7 advances, right? Is that how that works? Yeah. Rounded down. Divided by 2. Yeah, true. You're so right. Let's do rounded down, just to be a little more conservative. True. I think that's chilling. Now the question is here. I'm trying to think. So I think now, yeah, we keep it as action plus bonus action because potential for 20 times 4 is pretty nuts. But that's on like the really high end. Average, you're gonna get about 40 damage, which is a little which is about the same as Fire Blast. But I don't know, maybe this should cost a reaction too, I'm not sure. I just feel like that's a lot. And if you don't get enough... I don't know. I feel like maybe we just keep it like it is right here. Action, it costs an action and a bonus action. Because, I mean, it's a pretty big roll, right? It's like, you might get shit, like, because you roll a... Well, because number one, you have to hit them in the first place, right? So you have to hit them in the first place. Got a probability calc? Not on me, but I can pull one up. What are we calcing? Because in order for this to work, you have to hit them in the first place. So if they have like a defense of like 15, you have to hit a 16 at least. But this does reward hitting this. You're gonna deal more damage to targets that have more defense, I guess, on average, right? Well, not on average, but like, because if you do hit them, you are going to do a fuck ton of damage. I think that's where the problem might lie. Yeah, I think that's where the problem kind of lies. Shh, puppies, no barking. Because if a guy has a defense of 10, and that means you have to roll at least a 10 to even hit them with this move, which means the minimum damage that you're going to do on a successful hit to someone who has like 10 defense is like is 10 damage, and you can do a maximum of 40 damage to them. I think that's where the flaw in this system might be, because it's like, yeah, because like I roll a 2 on my roll a hit, I'm just not gonna hit them. I'm doing 0 damage. Hey, can you stop? Sorry, she is so fucking shrill. She goes, but I think that's where the flaw in this system lies here. I think maybe we do need the 1d10. As annoying as it is to roll extra dice. Yeah. I think we do the roll to... Tying the roll to hit with the damage, I think, is the mistake. Because it's either feast or famine, then. I think we do need the 1d10 in there. Multiply by the number rolled on a 1d10 die roll. Additionally, the user performs an amount of advances equal to the number on their 1d10 roll. On their 1d10 roll, rounded down. I think that's better. Yeah, multi-hits are strong. I think that's better. That way we cap it at 10. Okay, I'm trying to think what the average damage is now. So the average damage would be 5 times the damage roll. It'd be 5 times 2, which would be 10. Because the average roll on both these dice. Maybe this should only cost an action then, because it is still feast or famine, but like I'd be pissed if I used my action and bonus action and then I just got like 10 damage, you know? Yeah. Because I mean, on a high roll, if you get max on both, you're doing 40, but that's only if you get max on both. Chances are that you're going to be rolling less. Let's even just take, I mean, on average you're going to be doing, again, like 10 damage. And even if you roll average on the damage, like 2, and the number rolled on the 1d10, you roll a 10, that's 20 damage. Like, which is marginally better than most other actions. Ah, man, this is tough. I don't know what to classify this as. Fire Blast is 5d6. Which is 30. This has the potential to be stronger than Fire Blast, but weaker than, like... Oh, dang, this is a straight-up multiplier, not just making extra damage rolls. Yeah, just because it's simpler, which makes it more difficult, but... Deals 1d4 damage for... I mean, we could make it not a multiplier, but again, I'm just... This is tough, because you're just hitting a lot of times, and you're getting a really good benefit with the advances, so I don't want to make it too powerful. But I also don't want to make it like shit. I mean, we could bring this down to like... We could make it an action and bring this down to like 8. That way, like, 4d8 is not crazy if you roll max on that. And you're still, again, even if you do roll low, though, you're still getting a really good benefit, right? Like, you're getting a potentially 10 advances, which could set you up for, like, really, really nice additional things. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to lower this down to 1d8. That way, the max damage is 4d8, which is a lot more manageable. It's just a little stronger than a move like Poltergeist or Fire Blast if you get lucky. And you also get a bunch of advances, and then we can make this cost an action. Because that way you could use this, advance someone into the corner, and then with your bonus action you get advantage on that hit because you might have knocked them down. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Like, you're going to get a little lower lows, but you're going to get... When you get a high, I mean, you might be dealing like 32 damage with 8 advances. Like, that's pretty crazy. That's a great benefit. I'd be happy about that for my action. Very happy. Alright, that's fine. Okay. The user springs onto a target within 10 feet, moving adjacent to them in the process, and dealing 1d10 damage on hit. How much is Pounce usually? 50? Really? Damn. Pounce is that? Well, I mean, okay, then we can probably just keep... We can change this to 2d4 if we want to make... Yeah, we want to make the minimum higher. Minimum 2 damage. And that's still weak. Adjacent to the process, dealing 2d4 damage on hit. This move can also be used as a reaction to a target moving within 10 feet of the user, taking away all the target's remaining movement speed on a hit. I think that's pretty fine. Alternative. Let's just say alternatively, this move can be used as a reaction to target a moving... Reaction to a target moving within 10 feet of the user, taking away all the target's remaining movement speed on hit. Yeah. Has some utility. I think we can... I'm going to keep this 15 instead of 10. 10 is the minimum, but I'm going to keep this 15 just because it has some nice utility. As an action, this is not great, but I think you're really picking this up for the reaction. Which, maybe we should just take away the action part of it. Just make it a pure reaction, man. But, no, I don't know. No, we'll keep that, because it's a nice reaction, and then you could also, if you don't got anything else, you can run it as a normal attack. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with this. Pound, we already did. I'm basically keeping track of the ones I've done and ones I haven't, just by the TM thing, because they didn't have the TM system before. Okay, powder. The user scatters a cloud of highly combustible and volatile... Highly combustible, let's just say that. Powder in a 15-foot radius around itself that sticks to all creatures within the area of effect, except the user. Targets stuck with this powder take double damage from fire-type attacks in spaces. This move can also be used as a reaction when the user is hit by an attack. Okay. I like this, but I think we can phrase all this a little bit better. And also, do I want to put it around the user? I don't know about that. I think making this a cone would make this a lot more useful. I think making this a 20-foot cone would be way more useful. The cloud of highly combustible powder in a 20-foot cone that spreads around corners. Let's give it that utility as well. The powder sticks to all creatures within the area of effect. This is an action. We should probably make that a saving throw then. The powder sticks to all creatures within the area of effect. How about we do this? Any creature within... Any target within the area of effect who fails a... Should make it acrobatics or constitution? I think acrobatics is not like attacking your health system. Like, who fails an acrobatics saving throw will become coated in the powder. Targets coated with the powder will take super effective damage from fire type attacks. Will take super effective damage from fire type attacks, and I think breathing dangerous powder requires constitution. I would agree, but this powder is more about the flammability of it. It's not like a stun spore or sleep powder, yeah, but this powder is more of a, oh, it's in the air and it's flammable. And it's like stuck on you. I might even Okay, targets coated with the powder will take super effective damage from fire type attacks, fire spaces, and magma spaces. It spreads around corners. How about this? And lingers in place until the start of the user's next turn. Any target within the area of effect any target that is within the area of effect, would making it automatically apply be busted? Maybe not, but what I'm thinking about doing here is that, okay, it's gonna be like a twofold thing where it's like, number one, this costs an action. So okay, this is what I'm thinking. They have to pass a saving throw to have it apply or not. But whether or not it applies, the cloud will linger there, and the cloud itself is flammable and can be exploded. If it comes into contact with any fire or whatever, then the thing will explode, and that'll also. So even if you don't get coated in the power and then the powder, you're still vulnerable to a potential explosion. That's what I'm thinking. How's it going, Brandon? It's alright. Any target is within the area of effect or who moves into the area, moves into it for the first time during their turn, must pass An acrobatic saving throw, or they will become coated in the powder. Yeah, so it's like at least so you always are gonna potentially get a benefit from it, but this is definitely a very teamwork based move because a lot of bug types don't have the means to set off the powder, so you have to, if you can coordinate it and whatnot, you could get it with your friends. And yeah, it can be used as a trap as well. You can put this in like an area and it lingers for a round, so it's like 10 seconds, so you can put it there and whatever. Or if you really want to be crazy, you can like collect the powder, put it in a bag and save that as like a makeshift bomb or whatever. And must pass an acrobatic saving throw, they'll become coated in the powder. Targets coated with the powder will take super effect damage, fire type attacks, fire spaces, and magma spaces. I don't really like using this as a reaction anymore. Let's take that functionality out. And then the reliable Volcarona. Yeah, Volcarona would be the one who could really... And that's a good idea for like a boss fight. Very good idea for a boss fight. Let's see. If the lingering... Okay, here we go. Additionally, the way you describe it does lend it to need athletics to dodge it. Why athletics? To me, acrobatics would be more of like a... As a reaction, it's a bit OP. Yeah, I'm taking away the reaction. Additionally, the lingering cloud of powder will explode and immediately disappear. Acrobatics is athletics. No, acrobatics and athletics are separate skills. Imagine the save would then be shaking off the powder more than dodging it. True, I was gonna implement maybe you have to get it off with water, potentially. But shaking off might be better. But what would shaking it off be? And I guess shaking it off would be more of like a... I don't know. I don't know what I would attribute shaking the powder off quick. Like, I mean, the only thing I can even think of is like really weird. Could be anything really. Like I was thinking maybe sleight of hand, but that's kind of weird. Like just and I'm just thinking that just because it's like, oh shit, like really quick using your hands, like go da 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 da. Probably it's a flat check. Make it stronger. Athletics, speed. Well, acrobatics is more speed. Athletics is attack. It's a flat check to make it stronger. I'd rather not, because okay, how saving throws work in this game is that the DC for the saving throw against another creature is against. They have a DC they can invest in basically. So the Butterfree using this might have a DC might have an effect DC of like 13, and another Butterfree might have one of like 17. You know, it's like varies. So the difficulty will depend on the Pokemon you're fighting, for sure. Oh, let me write this part first. Additionally, the lingering cloud of powder will explode immediately and immediately disappear. It'll disappear. Will immediately disappear. Am I stupid? No, disappear has one S. I am stupid. I was like, that don't look right. And immediately disappear upon contact with any fire. Any fire or magma. And we can make this a flat damage value. Let's just make this like a nice chunk, maybe. Dealing a 1d12. Dealing 1d12 damage. And we're gonna make that automatic, I think. Because I don't want to have them make a second check. Yeah, this is banger song. I don't want to make them make a second check. Additionally, link cloud powder will explode and immediately disappear upon contact with any fire or magma, dealing 1d12 damage automatically to all targets within it. Okay, any target that's within the area of effect moves. We'll keep it acrobatics then, because acrobatics is a dex save. Or they'll become coated in the powder. Targets coated with the powder. Fire type attacks. How long should the coating effect last? Should I make it so you can wash off? Like, should it just stay on you until you wash it off? Or until you, something like that? Stay until removed? Okay. Powder coating can be removed. Oh my god, do you hear that shit? Someone's blasting their radio. The powder coating can be removed by contact with water. Automatically. Or by spending, probably, let's just it can be removed by contact with water. Can be automatically removed. Automatically removed by contact with water. Or by spending a bonus. A bonus action. An affected target can remove the powder coating automatically either by contact with water or by spending a bonus action. I think that's fine. Yeah, this is definitely one of the more complex moves. This is a move I wish they kept around in Pokemon. 'Cause they had this move for like, what, 2 generations? They took it out in Gen 8. And it was ass in the games. But it's very cool. And I feel like it has a nice chance to shine in a tabletop setting. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Powder Snow, we're good. We're chilling there. Power Gem, however, I did want to look at Power Gem. I wanted to potentially attribute... I have crystallization status effect. I potentially wanted to do this. But this is just a very powerful... I had this only for... What's her name? Diance's signature move. It would be nice if another move had this, but it's very, very powerful. It's basically getting petrified. But it's only for one round. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Power Gem is just like yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, Power Gem is definitely... Well, how much? Power Gem's like, what, 80 power? Freeze 2? Yeah, basically, but Freeze I reworked to Frostbite for this game. So, this Crystallization is definitely more rare than, like, Freeze would be. So, it's only for a round, so I don't feel too bad about it. This makes it definitely very threatening. But I think the trade-off should be that this move should not do too much damage. And this should be at a 1 target instead. These are launches a gemstone. Launches gemstones glowing with energy at a target. I don't want multi-effect crystallization. That'd be multi-target crystallization. That'd be pretty crazy. These are launches gemstones glowing with energy at a target within 45 feet. That's fine. We'll keep the distance short because this is a powerful effect again. Dealing. Now, the thing is, though, also, is that the only two, like, special rock moves that are worth a damn is, like, Ancient Power, 3, I guess. Ancient Power, Power Gem, and Meteor Beam. And Power Gem is definitely the most widespread. And Ancient Power is not the best. So, we want to be careful here. Dealing 1d10 damage. But I do want to have this deal some damage. Now, for moves that are 80 base power, I usually go for 2d8. Let me write this out and let me see what I want to do there. And 2d8 damage on hit. And crystallizing. On a failed Constitution saving throw. What's the range on Ancient Power? 75 feet, okay. What's Ancient Power's power? Should I buff Ancient Power? So that it gets 60. Nah, I kind of like the 1d10 here. Oh, this is a cube? Oh, yeah, no, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. I forgot this was a cube. So that's multi-target already, so we already have a multi-target, so I think it's okay for Power Gem to deal more damage to one target. I think I'm fine with this. Definitely up this to 20. This is definitely very powerful, but you do have to get, in terms of ranged attacks, 45 feet is not very far at all. So you have to get pretty close to do this. At least close enough to where it's like not comfortable. You're not super comfortable. You can't be sniping from 45 feet. There's some Pokemon that are just gonna be able to run up to you. We could. You know what? Let me nerf this a little more. I think we're gonna do 30. But again, I do have to consider this is the only rock move that you can really hit like a flying Pokemon with. But you know, I think this is fair. 30 feet, so it's still ranged, but you have to get within range. Most Pokemon only can move 30 feet minimum without dashing. So you're putting yourself at risk by doing this, but you're potentially getting a really, really big reward with crystallizing them. I think that's fine. Power Split. Oh, hold on. I got a text from my partner real quick. Let me see what's going on. Their tire just blew out today when they got to work. Okay. Also, can I just want to mention to people the new Looney Tunes movie that's in the theaters? Super good. Go see that if you haven't. I haven't got a chance to talk about it yet with some people, but that movie was really, really better than I thought it would be. It was very good. Also beautifully animated. The animation was incredible in that movie. Very good movie. I just saw it the other day because I was scared. I was scared it was going to leave theaters before I could get a chance to see it because they were talking about pulling it out already in like less than a week. These targets an ally within 60 feet, and they share each other's attack and special attack bonus. We don't have that anymore, so. Oh no, we do. Yeah, we still have attack and special attack bonus. For the rest of the battle, definitely want to make this a concentration thing, I think. Where's concentration? I can rework this to a concentration thing. So there's some counterplay to this. Okay, these targets an ally within 60 feet. Causing them both changing. How do we say this? I want to change it to it's an average of their attack and special attack bonuses. They both have that. Here we go. I can do it over here. Hold on. Targets an ally within 60 feet. Causing them. Causing them to have their attack and special attack bonus averaged together into one number. Causing them to have their... Wait, hold on. How am I phrasing this? Causing them to have their attack and special attack bonus averaged together. Averaged together into one number. To have both of their attack and special attack bonuses averaged together into one number that they both use as their new attack and special attack bonuses. Their attack and special attack bonuses. Does that make sense? Okay, so if your attack and special attack bonuses are both like 2, yours are 4, both of yours are 4, the other guys are 2. You average them together. How about we do this instead of causing them? Causing them to replace their attack, special attack bonuses. I think I have to just say this individually. Hold on. Replacing both of their attack and special attack. Replacing their attack bonus and special attack bonus. Replacing both of their attack and special attack bonus. With the average oh my god. How do I say this? Maybe I was sort of right before. You target an ally within 60 feet. Determining the average of both of their attack bonuses and special attack. Does that make any sense? Determining the average of both of their attack bonuses and special attack bonuses. Their current attack and special attack bonuses are then replaced by these, by the calculated while this move remains in effect. Okay, let me read that. The user targets an ally within 60 feet, determining the average of both of their attack bonuses and special attack bonuses. Their current attack and special attack bonuses are then replaced by the calculated averages, while this replaced by these calculated averages, while this remove remains effect. If the affected ally is KO'd, the attack and special attack bonus for the user if the user of the affected ally is KO'd, the attack and special attack bonus for the remaining creature returns to normal. If the average number would not be a whole number, you may round up. Round it up. Just say that there. This move does not change the effect DC of either affected creature. Okay. Okay, the user targets an ally within 60 feet, determining the average of both of their attack bonuses and special attack bonuses, rounded up. Of both of their attack bonuses and special attack bonuses rounded up. Their current attack and special attack bonuses are then replaced by these calculated averages while this move remains in effect. If the user or the affected ally is KO'd, the attack and special attack bonus for the remaining creature returns to normal. This move does not change the effect DC of either affected creature. I think that's fine. This is another one that needs some concentration, I think. Does it need concentration? User performs a trick with its psychic powers, swapping its attack bonus and special attack bonus. I think this can be it. This doesn't need to be concentration. User performs a trick with its psychic powers, swapping its attack bonus and special attack bonus with a target's attack bonus and special attack bonus. On a target within 30 feet. The second trigger target within 30 feet swaps its attack bonus and special attack bonus with the target's attack bonus and special attack bonus. How long? For 3 rounds, or 30 seconds, right? For 3 rounds. Is there anything else I need to add to this? I thought of something, but I forgot. Swapping its attack bonus and special attack bonus with the target's attack bonus and special attack bonus. For 3 rounds. What do I say? 3 rounds. What else? Oh my god. When I think this like when does it wear off is what I need to say. For 3 rounds, and then also yeah, if the user is KO'd or switched out the effects and immediately. And then also I need this. This move does not change the effect DC of either creature. Oh, whoops. User swaps its own attack and defense stats, including active stat boosts. The user swaps its raw attack and defense stats. Adjusting their attack. Attack bonus and defense bonus accordingly. Effects this move will not. The effects this move wear off. The user uses this move again. Where's the active Pokemon? No. For 3 rounds. This is something I think should be concentration, probably. And that way we don't need to put a limit on it. You can just do it for as long as you're allowed to get away with it. Adjusting your attack bonus and defense bonus accordingly, including active stat boost. If the user had any attack or defense boosts when they performed this move, the boosts become attributed to the opposite stat instead. To the swapped stat instead. Additionally, the effects of this move wear off. Oh no, that's fine. Additionally, if the user had any attack or defense boosts when they performed this move, the boosts become attributed to the swap stat instead. It's boosts or drops. There we go. Power Trip. The user cockily throws its newfound power at an adjacent target, dealing 1d6 damage. If the user currently has any stat boosts active, the power is boosted to, let's do 2d6. But I like this. It's a standard bonus action with no extra effect whatsoever. But if you have a stat boost, then you get a 2d6 bonus action, which is very, very worth. I think that's fine where it is, actually. Yeah. Okay, Power Whip. How strong is Power Whip? Is it 110? Or is it 120? It's 120. The user winds up and viciously lashes up to 2 target. Let's see. The user viciously lashes up to 2 targets within 20 feet. With vines or another appendage, dealing 1d20 damage on each hit. Okay, well, Fire Blast normally does 5d6. Let's split this across. This is a little more, so let's just do 2d8 damage on each hit. And so if you hit both hits on one target, you're gonna be doing a little more damage than like Fire Blast would do, which is equivalent to how it is before. But if you spread it out, you're not doing as much. Dealing 2d8 damage on each hit and forcing them to make an insight saving throw. On each hit. Additionally, targets of this attack must succeed on what kind of saving throw? Should it even be a saving throw? Additionally, targets of this attack must succeed. Additionally, targets hit by this attack hit by this. I'm trying to like see if I should inflict frightened or not. Because that's how I had it before, is inflicting a threat Waiting. Targets who fail. Should it be inside saving throw? Hmm. I'm trying to think of what the secondary effect of this should even be. Should I keep it as frightened? Additionally, creature targeted with this attack. What would you roll against intimidation? What to roll against intimidation? Yeah, it'd be like wisdom, so... It's targeted with this attack. Must succeed. I guess just inside saving throw. Must succeed an inside saving throw against the user. Even on a miss. Even if the attack missed. On a failed saving throw, targets become frightened. By the user. Okay. The user viciously lashes at up to 2 targets within 20 feet. Within 20 feet with vines or another appendage, dealing 2d8 damage on each hit. Additionally, creatures targeted with this attack must succeed in an insight saving throw against the user, even if the attack missed. On a failed saving throw, targets become frightened by the user. It's like you do a big whip crack, and if it misses, it's at their feet, and they're like, "Oh shit!" Like they're too scared to get close. So I buy you some time. I just can't think of anything else of what to do there. Let me see Vine Whip again. To catch a falling creature within 15 feet. Or to latch on to... Catch a falling creature. That's better. I like that better. Oh, Vine Whip's all the way down here? Power Whip. Let's give it a little more range. $25. I like 25. TM 25. Alright, let me fix these TM. It's real quick. I kept forgetting to put a space when I should have been. I don't know how long I've been doing that. Here, I'm gonna head out for now. I think I'm good for the day. I'm just gonna do this spaces, and I'm gonna head out. I'm getting hungry, and the partner's coming home soon. So I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for hanging out with me, and bye-bye.